Hello, everyone, and welcome into the Hospitality Room Live. Blair Cartwright, Kerry Toby, ready to talk some college football. Mr. Toby, how are you this evening?
It's been a great week, Blair. How about yourself, my friend?
Oh, it's a little cold for my taste, but it is
Now,
football weather,
it
is
is
it not?
finally, hopefully
Yes.
Saturday, we can go to a game without all the rain and actually feel like football weather. And
Yeah.
last night I slept with the window wide open and a fan blowing the cold air into the room, and I slept the best I ever have. So I like it
Wow.
cold, man. I
No,
love
well,
the cold.
you and my wife Suzanne would get along extremely well. She likes it cold.
Yeah.
I do not. That's why I'm wearing a thermal sweatshirt. It's crazy. All right, we got a lot to get into, so let's go. All right, latest news, and of course, really the big topic is coaching searches. Before we get into all that, Brian
Mhm.
Kelly fired on Sunday. How big of a shock was it to you after watching that game Saturday night that they
You know,
let it happen?
since there was talk, yeah, since there was already talk about Brian Kelly being on the hot seat, I guess it wasn't a total shock. It's a disappointment, though, when you think Brian Kelly. Now, there must be something else going on because Brian Kelly was what 78.8% winning percentage at
Yeah,
LSU, two back-to-back 10-win seasons, and it's not enough. So I think there were some other personality things going on with Brian Kelly for that to happen. Otherwise, man, what are we doing in college football where 78% winning percentage in the SEC is not good enough to keep
yeah.
your job?
He was
So I
winning
was,
at halftime. He had a
yeah,
lead at halftime. And then,
yeah. What A&M scored the last 20 or something points? The final 24 points. No, that was
yeah,
A&M. Never mind.
yeah, it
Yeah,
was nuts. All right, so that brings us to LSU. Without question, in your mind, the top job that is open right now?
absolutely. Yep, 100%.
And the
It is
question,
the best
yeah,
job available. But then again, at the same time, you think if you're a head coach, right? Of
yeah,
course, if they get all this buyout money, they just fired a guy with almost 80% winning percentage.
mm-hmm,
They just let him go after 2.5 years. What what compels? I guess it's the money that's
yeah.
going to make somebody go take that job.
Oh, well, I mean, they've won a national, the last previous three coaches all won a national championship. Saban,
True,
Miles, Orgeron. And they
true,
all did
true.
it by the fourth year. Kelly, in his fourth year, hadn't even made the playoff. But, I mean, the expectation is great, but the potential is great too. So it's got to be a I mean, it's not a
Man,
rebuild.
no, it's not. Especially in today's environment, it's not a rebuild. So
Yeah,
I kind of get it, but at the same time, man, that's harsh. That's
yeah,
harsh.
it
Because
is.
sometimes the breaks just don't go your way. Sometimes you get a player in or some players in that don't gel the correct way. Things happen off the field behind the scenes that we know nothing about that affect play. So it's you got to have things fall the right way. And but I'm not
Yeah.
crying too hard for him because he's going to make some bank.
He's going to be okay, even though he's sitting by himself in the Mexican restaurant in Baton Rouge. And
Yes.
so the question now is who makes the hire? And the governor of Louisiana was
Mhm.
asked about that today. Listen to this.
The first question is absolutely correct. We are not going down a failed path. And I wanted to tell you something. This is a pattern. The guy that's here now that wrote that contract cost Texas A&M 70-something million dollars. Right now, we got a $53 million liability. We are not doing that again. And you know what? I believe that we're going to find a great coach. I mean, maybe we'll let President Trump pick it. He loves winners. You know, I'm not going to be picking the next coach. But I can promise you, we're going to pick a coach, and we're going to make sure that that coach is successful, and we're going to make sure that he's compensated properly, and we're going to put metrics on it, because I'm tired of rewarding failure in this country, and then leaving the taxpayers on the foot, to foot the bill. So yeah, absolutely. Who's that? No, I can tell you right now, Scott Woodward is not selecting the next coach. Hell, I'll let Donald Trump select it before I let him do it. I don't know, but the Board of Supervisors is going to come up with a committee, and they're going to go find us a coach. Because what
What the hell? Oh
How
my
about
gosh.
that?
No, I have not seen that at all, man. That is
Yeah.
insane.
That was today. I mean, how about that? Now, granted, he was involved in the talks that led to Brian Kelly's departure. They're without a president at LSU. They hope
Right.
to have one. Board of Supervisors hopes to have one within 2 weeks. And the first thing the new president's got to deal with is coming up with the football coach.
Yeah.
And probably an athletic director. Scott Woodward is making $1.85 million a year. He's still got 3.5 years on his contract. If they fire him in the next month, they're going to owe him $6.8 million.
See, and that's what I was talking about, man, with all the buyouts. And that's what this
Yeah.
cat's saying. By the
Yeah.
way, I was picking up the Bobby Boucher vibe from some of
Oh,
his
yeah.
accents, which is
Yeah.
pretty funny.
Yes.
Yeah, that dude, he was fired up, man.
Yeah.
We're not letting Scott do the hiring. We're going to hire this. We're getting tired of paying for failure.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. Now, he did make a guarantee that you can't make.
What's that?
You can't guarantee he's going to be successful.
Yeah,
He
that's
said
true.
the guarantee he's going to be successful. You can give him all the tools in the world, but things happen. So
Yeah.
we'll see. But holy smoke! And when this shows up, when we're done, I'm going to go watch that again because
Yeah.
I've got to
Governor
soak
Jeff
in a little
Landry.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't, okay. And you listen to that and you're like, wow. Okay. One, he's like, well, I'll let Trump pick it. And not to get political, but Trump
Right.
hears that. He's going to want to be involved.
I 100% agree. And he's
And then
probably
it goes
already
off the
done that.
rails. Yeah.
Yep.
And then it totally goes off the rails.
Oh,
So,
that's a fair point, man. Trump picks the next coach for the LSU
yeah.
Tigers.
You know he's going to try to. I mean,
Uh-huh.
that's just how the guy rolls. It's like, oh, okay. So,
Oh my gosh.
I mean, so this coaching search at LSU is just going to get crazy.
And then it's going to bleed over into everyone else trying
Yeah.
to find a coach.
Yeah.
This insane, man.
Yeah. So, wow. So LSU's getting wild. So there's no telling where this thing's going to end up.
I
gotta think-
want to find out from LSU fans how they feel about that. You know, what are they? How are they responding to the governor talking like that?
Well, everyone talks tough in
Sure.
the beginning, but when it gets down to you've got to talk to Trace Armstrong or Jimmy Sexton, who those two combined represent 90% of the coaches out
Yep.
there.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a different ballgame.
I get the incentive-based contract. I mean, that makes the most sense.
Of course it does.
But who's
Of
going to
course
be
it
the
does.
first one to actually pull it off? Can LSU be the first one to pull it off? I mean, they kind of have the leverage because they've got the top job.
They're still going to need. I think they're going to have to find some support from other universities. You're going to have to at least get a few of them together and say, none of us. Let's agree that all of us are tired of getting fleeced, and we're not going to pay that price.
Yeah, well, I laugh because I agree with what you're saying,
Right.
but we're also talking about the schools and the folks that make up the NCAA, and they can't even agree on the rules that they make, much less
true.
follow the rules
Yeah.
they make. So,
Yeah. They're going to throw some of that crocodile alligator money at it, and they'll pay him, and they'll pay for failure. They'll pay it.
yeah, well, if you don't win,
wish-
you end up on the banks of the Mississippi River, down the Big Easy.
Take this. I haven't done this, but if you take the college coaches who have been fired already this year,
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and just tally up the total amount.
Oh, it's over 100
of,
million.
Oh my gosh, that is crazy.
It's insane.
Crazy money.
It is crazy. All right.
I don't know, but I like this guy. I've never heard of this governor though. I like him now though.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Like it.
I don't think it's the last we've heard of him.
I don't. No, I think he is. I think he has now established himself in kind of this arena, and I will hear more from him. Absolutely,
Oh, yeah.
people will be asking about it. He'll be more involved.
Can't wait. It's going to be entertaining. All right. Another opening, Arkansas. I haven't told you
What?
this, but we have not that it's open. I'm hearing from different sources the money is starting to let it be known who they want.
Really? Okay.
James Franklin.
Really?
Your
That's who they want.
reaction.
And the money is saying this.
There's some significant money that has made things happen in the past that is supporting a James Franklin administration in Fayetteville.
I had you before what you just told me, I would have
Yeah,
said James Franklin was a pipe dream
yeah,
of getting him over here because I didn't think
yeah,
that he would be interested. But if the money guy is saying, okay,
yeah,
that they're ready to make it happen, then I'd take that. I would take, but you never know. It
yeah,
doesn't. You bring Franklin in, and he's won how many games at Penn State? Did a great job at Vanderbilt, but
mm-hmm,
you don't know what he's going to do here. You
yeah,
don't know what anybody is. So yeah, you get that name. That'd
mm-hmm,
be a splash hire, right? Be
yeah,
surprising.
yeah,
But I mean, I'd be good with it. Be good
yeah,
with it. What
yeah.
about you?
You know, I if you can get him, great. It'll get you some. He can recruit well. I mean, it all boils down. It seems like anymore to NIL
Hmm.
and the rev share. So we think we know the rev shares there. Is he a big enough name? And if he's got the money behind him, then you would think that that means the NIL is going to be there. So why not? I mean, ultimately, the money's going to decide which way you go.
Exactly.
I
Yes.
mean, yeah, it's not going to be a fan vote. It's
Nope.
and as we've seen with Arkansas coaching searches, the people that are willing to pay for it get to choose.
Right. That's
So
why there's no you don't credit the athletic director. You don't blame the athletic director.
yeah,
Right. He's just a
no,
figurehead.
he yeah
He's just a mouthpiece
he is the
anymore.
front face, but he's not the one writing the check, or he's the one
Right.
cashing the check into the account. But
Right.
so, and speaking of which, there could be a change there. There's talk in the wind that there might be a change by the end of the month in that area, and this could all go down by the end of the month
Wow. You
if
know,
if
the
if
change
it
doesn't
plays out.
surprise me.
Now, I'm not saying it's definite.
Right.
The way the winds are blowing right now, that's that's the scenario that is likely going to play out. But as we know with coaching searches, things change and things change fast.
It changed fast, and man, they release so much fake information and false
Oh yeah.
flags, and red herrings to be chased and be discussed. The James Franklin thing is interesting to ponder, but I don't see how any coach, especially of that caliber, would even think about it without a massive commitment to the NIL.
Oh,
Right? I don't care how
totally.
much you get spent. You got to get the Jimmies and Joes out there on the field, and we don't have them. So
Yeah.
by saying this, that Petrino is does he doesn't have a shot anymore at it?
I I think it doesn't sound like it, but I think there's the one scenario still in play: beating Texas, because you and I both know, and anybody who lives in this state or is a Razorback fan knows what happened when a coach beats Texas.
Changes the game. Absolutely
Totally
changes the
changes.
game.
Last three coaches to
So
beat Texas got a new contract as a result. Doesn't matter if Texas is good or
that's
bad.
funny,
You beat
right?
Texas. And the crazy thing is, Arch is in concussion protocol. We don't know what's going to happen with Vandy. By the
Hmm.
time that game rolls around, who knows where they're at? It's not out of the realm of possibility for Arkansas to win that game. I mean,
No,
there's more that can happen, but it's not like you
right.
can say, okay, chalk up the L.
There's nobody else left on this in the schedule that we don't have Arkansas doesn't have a chance of beating.
No, I
Right?
wouldn't think
There's no
so.
Alabama. There's no Georgia.
No, I mean
There's no Vandy.
LSU's
Right.
got
We beat
nothing to play for. We've seen what
right.
happens over the years with that.
Mhm.
Missouri might be the only team that has anything left to play for,
True.
and at that
So yeah,
point they may not.
and then Mississippi State this weekend. And one thing's
Yeah,
for sure this weekend, once again, just like last Saturday,
yeah,
one team is going to get its first SEC win of the
yeah,
year.
yeah. And both teams are facing the team that was their last SEC win. How about
Wow,
that?
that's crazy. And Mississippi State was Arkansas's first SEC win in 3 years. A few
Yeah,
years ago in Pittman's first year,
yeah,
we had lost two. Arkansas had lost two, gone 0-8 2 years in a row. First
yeah.
SEC win was Mississippi State.
How crazy is that?
That is crazy.
So,
I don't know. Yeah. Well,
I mean, if they don't win, I think I don't know if the Texas scenario is enough to pull it off if they don't win this weekend.
if they don't win this weekend, I would agree.
But
Now, the
but it is interesting that the money is not willing. I mean, there's one faction that has money that's still behind Petrino,
mhm.
but big money apparently is not in that camp,
Hmm.
which is interesting. And I
It
wonder
is
if last
interesting.
weekend had an effect on that because he seemed to kind of have a lot of momentum after the A&M game, and then last week was what happened. So,
So,
but but
but
James,
what's the
but
knock on him?
on who?
I'm sorry.
Bobby?
Go ahead, James Franklin. We'll come back to Petrino.
Okay. Oh, on Franklin, I mean, his record against top 25 teams is a little concerning because in the SEC, you're playing a lot of top 25 teams.
Right.
He also won 9 games at Vanderbilt twice
Hmm.
before, and now we've seen where they're at. I don't know that it's a bad idea. If he has success, someone said, okay, well, he's not going to be here long term. I don't think anyone's long term anymore in this
I
day and
agree,
age.
100%. Nobody's long term.
No. I mean, you're fooling yourself if you think everybody's going to be somewhere even 10 years. If he moves on, it's because he's had success, and that's going to make your job easier to fill. If he departs because of success, because it proves you can win here.
Right.
So, but I don't know. There's some other coaches, Bob Chesney at James Madison, who's won
Hmm.
everywhere. A guy like Willie Fritz, but he's 65.
Right.
He's moved a bunch. I don't know. I don't know. And then what staff's he going to bring in? That's also a key. So
There's so
I
much.
don't know.
There's so much to play, Blair. It's
Yeah.
when we discussed Luke Fickle was the end all be all. He's the guy.
Yeah.
You hire this coach, you're immediately set up for success, and he's gonna.
Home run.
You're
Yeah.
surprised he's still there in Madison.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, he's likely out. So you don't know. Even if you get the hottest coach that's available, whatever rank, and you pay whatever it is you have to pay to get them,
Hmm.
it's such a crapshoot. And that's one
Yeah.
of the reasons I said, what's the total knock against Petrino? I mean, this isn't his defense. He didn't put this defense together,
Yeah.
right? So the personnel wise, you look at some of the plays that the failures. Of course, I think Taylor must have been hurt because he didn't run the ball hardly at
Yeah.
all. All of his reads, he handed it off right into the middle of the defense. The one of the interceptions was Mega Blake ran the wrong route,
Yeah.
brought the corner right back, and
Yeah.
that's not Taylon's fault, right?
No.
Now, Talon does have other
Yeah.
things that are his fault, but that's not necessarily Petrino's fault. Petrino calls the play, and the play
Yeah.
is there, and the players on the field don't execute, miss the read. Look, you can get Petrino for a song compared to what you're going to have to pay anybody else, especially
Well,
James Franklin, right?
but Franklin's got the mitigation, so you can probably get him for a song.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. But if
Now,
you
he,
if you
probably
get
more
Petrino
than what
cheaper,
you'd pay Petrino,
right,
but
and
you
then
can get
send that
either
money
one
to
on a
NIL,
discount.
I'm not off the Petrino bandwagon, and that's
Yeah.
surprising for me to say because I a couple of years ago I said no way, no how,
Uh-huh.
but I think Petrino. Look, we've seen this offense
Yeah.
when it's rolling, be one of the best in the country.
True.
And this is with all of the turmoil and all this crazy stuff that's happened this year. So I'm like, dude, get him cheaper than you'd have to get anybody else. You already have a known commodity. He's already in the program. He's been here. This will be his third year. He's been head
Yeah.
coach here before. He wants nothing more than to win and get that redemption arc going, in his story. Do some NIL stuff. Use that money you pay him. Put in the players. See, I wouldn't have a problem with Trino coming back. I don't blame him for all of the failures. Some of it's on him, but also the situation he was dropped into in the middle, in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
So, I would not be opposed to Petrino keeping it. I would not be opposed to James Franklin getting it as long as we in Arkansas invest in the players.
Yeah. Well, I think if you're
And
Arkansas,
staff.
you've got two options, and you got to think Franklin's going to be pursued by other schools too,
Sure. Oh yeah.
and then
Yeah.
that becomes give and take, and so yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting. I don't know that it's a sure thing, but that's the way the wind is blowing right now. So we
Okay.
shall
And the bottom
see.
line is this: there's nothing we can do about it. Nothing we
No.
say is going to change it.
No.
We just go along for the ride and see what happens, and see if we
Yeah.
can get fired up about next season, whoever the coach is.
Yeah. I mean, if that's who the money people want, that's who they're going to get.
That's who they get.
And that's how it rolls. And
Yep.
then you wonder, after seeing the Louisiana governor, is the Arkansas governor going to get involved?
I like Sarah Huckabee Sanders pretty well. I don't want any politicians involved
No.
at all. At
Yeah.
all. So
Let's
now,
hope.
I like that LSU's guy's involved because he's fun and it's
Yeah.
not us. I get to enjoy the show from afar.
Yeah.
I just don't want it to happen for the Razorback program.
Yeah. Couple comments in the chat. One that Lane would be crazy to go to LSU. I don't know. But I will say that Ole Miss, well, I'll go ahead and go to the next topic as we'll get to what we learn in a minute. I don't think Ole Miss is a bad job. If he gets in the playoff, okay, there's a 2-minute warning.
That's a minute
How do you
warning.
like that?
I love it. Awesome.
Ole Miss has their act together, as much as I hate to say it
They
as
do.
an Arkansas
As a
native.
program, they sure do.
The NIL, they're all on the same page. He gets to the playoff. You get to the playoff, you can win a national championship.
Mhm.
That would be. I would kind of be surprised if Lane left, but there's still a lot of football to be played. And another comment: Taylor's development looks questionable. Yeah, but he's also not back next year. So
Right.
how long do you go with him before you put in KJ?
That is a very fair question, and I do think he was hurt this past weekend.
Yeah.
Because he didn't look right. He just didn't look right. But that's a fair point. I would like to see little KJ Jackson get in and see what he can do.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
I'm not the coach.
that would be the one pushback I'd have on Petrino. It's like if Green's not effective, which he wasn't in the fourth quarter, make a change. I mean, Auburn made a change, and it worked out pretty good. So,
Well, yeah, anybody that puts a backup quarterback in against Arkansas sees success.
that's true.
That just happens. They just phenomenal.
that is.
A&M did it several years ago when they were Arkansas was up.
Oh, there's a
They-
long list. There's a long
Yard.
list.
long list.
A long list of
I don't know
backups.
how Arkansas does it. We got 30 seconds left, man.
Yes. Quickly, as we wrap this up, what was the biggest thing you learned last week?
Texas is living right. MSU's living wrong. MSU was up 3 possessions with 12 and a half left in the fourth quarter. Horns scored the final 24, including a punt return and then the touchdown in overtime. That sucks. That hurts for Mississippi State. Of course, hurts for Arkansas as well. Also, I learned that the turnover guides do not allow you to get away with it. That's why we had to have 4 turnovers in the fourth quarter to make up for what we didn't turn it over before.